Hey, what's up, everybody? Live from Horror Hound, Cincinnati. I just want to give you tipsters a big tip. I want you to listen to, tune in, or tune out to Death Curse Society. Twice a month, available on YouTube. Okay, it's a podcast you want to talk to and listen to and be a part of. Death Curse Society. Listen to what I'm telling you. God bless everybody.
Welcome, everybody, to Death Curse Society and another edition of Monday Maniacs. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day out there to everyone that is watching and going to join us here later. And also to Zigzag and the Colonel, who are with me. Ziggy, how you doing?
It's crazy, man. Just working out some new gear on the, hopefully everything sounds okay. No? Of course not.
No, you sound fine. You sound fine.
The camera's looking good, though. It isn't auto-focusing all crazy like the other one was, so it looks pretty good so far. We'll see. But, yeah, here we are. Watching a bunch of shit this week, trying to catch a movie every night of the year this year, but already missed a couple. But, I mean, we're doing okay. Seeing some interesting things so far.
If you can get 300, I'll be impressed.
300 would be... That's a lot, man.
What about you, Colonel?
I'm sorry. Did anybody else notice he's talking about all this new equipment he has and he's still froze?
And still stuttering?
Great with your shitty Michigan internet.
Dude, come on now. Hook me up. You know what I'm talking about, too. I need it. I need it.
I will hook you up with
shitty Michigan internet.
Say my kid waits for me to get on the air, and then he comes and he turns all the shit back on. I'm positive, but there's no how the hell could I know? I can't check.
Don't you have a device manager on your router?
Not. It's over there somewhere. You know, I got it. You don't have to go get into it. So
you need to lock that shit down, man, on Mondays.
Hand it in, bag it up like a concert. You know, you put that shit in a bag. We'll seal it up with a little lock. You get it back when it's over.
That would be great. What about you, Colonel? Good week. The Bengals moving on, it looks like.
Yes, the Bengals have survived and advanced to the divisional round. Oh, it's gonna be a tight one. That's what she said. Yeah, 3 of our 5 starting linemen are out. So that means the shitty starting linemen we had last year are now backups, are starting again in the play. The ones we still have. Yay. We'll see.
Well, best of luck to you. You know I'm cheering for you.
You need a shootout. Gonna beat them. Gonna get that match with Buffalo. They're all fired up. So.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into all the good stuff here, let's check the comments and see who all's in the house so far. Looks like Tyrone and Tanya are here. Gory Tiger's up. S. Michael is here. He says, happy MLK Day. Right back to you. Patricia's here. BK says, don't go in the basement. I don't know if that's one of his picks, but...
It's definitely
or a reference
as
to.
a lead, you know.
Yeah. Dave is here. FaZe is here. And, oh, Lord.
Uh-oh.
Dave says, just a little fart spray will keep him away.
Or you can just actually fart.
Or, yeah, there you go.
Save yourself some money. See a lot of Taco Bell.
You almost had some Taco Bell today, didn't you?
Me? No.
Yeah.
I got denied.
Yeah, you got shut out there. Never mind.
It was out
And-
there.
This guy had Taco Bell today, though.
Oh, Colonel
I went to
on the rare Monday off
Yeah,
treated himself.
nice. I went to the
Taco Bell. Only the finest.
Only the
finest.
only the finest when the French overlords give me a day off.
Goddamn right. I drink my fucking Mountain Dew Baja with my pinky up.
4-star Spanish cuisine.
Also, want to thank our members. If you want to become a member, check out our website at deathcursesociety.com. It's a lot like Patreon. You choose a tier, you throw us a few bucks every month, and you get a few perks on the side. Special thanks to our final girls and guys, Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone. And then, of course, our crazy Ralph Raymond, and our camp counselors, S. Michael, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave. That's right. Before we get into our topic, I want to ask you guys about a little piece of news that got dropped this weekend that sounds pretty exciting, but interesting in a weird way. The Friday the 13th series, coming from A24 and Brian Fuller, hopefully next year on Peacock, has announced that not only is Kevin Williamson going to be part of the team, from the writer and creator of Scream and several other movies, including the new movie Sick that dropped on Peacock this week, or last week. Not only he is going to be involved, along with Brian Fuller and his team, but Adrian King is returning in some kind of role. What do we think that's going to be like, Colonel?
I'm more excited about Adrian King, to be honest with you.
Oh, obviously.
Because her unofficial return to the Friday universe is fucking awful. And that fan film, I think we all agree. So I'd like to see her get her due as an actual return at Friday the 13th. What role is she going to play? Who knows? I would kind of like to see her be like the chief, like the head cook for the fucking camp or some shit, and have her fucking bully fucking Pamela around. That'd be kind of funny. They might get in a fucking cat fight and she start banging her head in the fucking beach or some shit.
But you kind of led me here. But how ironic would it be if she plays Pamela in this?
I know it's a prequel, but I mean, I guess she's about the same age as she was in the original Friday the 13th. But see, I'm thinking prequel. I'm thinking like Jason as a fucking boy prequel. I'm not thinking Jason had died and now we're going to go on this killing spree to shut down the camp.
Right. No, that's what I'm thinking too. I think Adrian King is probably a little too old for a prequel Pamela role, but with de-aging and makeup and de-aging effects, could possibly be done. I don't think that's what it is, but it would be interesting take. Ziggy, jump in on this.
Yeah, I just think with what we know that they can go anywhere, we probably are going to see this jumping all over the timeline, and that's fine. Anything we can get that connects to the movies that we know is good stuff. So that's where I'm sticking it. And she may be, you know what I mean? If they do they could take that same role in that fan film like that. She survived that screwdriver to the temple somehow. And she's who she is, who she was. Why not? Depending where we're at in the timeline, we don't know. I think we're really gonna be jumping all over the fucking place with that thing. So
right. I am definitely excited to see Adrian King in a role. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm not necessarily speculating that she is going to be Pamela, but that would be one hell of a kind of metaverse switcheroo that would be kind of neat. I don't see it happening, though. So, Now everyone's talking about Taco Bell in the chat, it looks like. And even Patricia, she says, I want tacos now, damn it. I know, me too.
Here's my bitch about Taco Bell, dude, before we get too far. So, I'm a huge fan of the Mexican pizzas. I was fucking devastated when they got rid of those. But they're back. We all know they're back. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to get me a Mexican pizza. And the kids got their fucking soft tacos and this and that. So they put all their shit on top of my Mexican pizza.
Oh, no.
So I had to use my fork and scrape all my fucking cheese off the fucking lid and eat it. I was like, God.
Yeah, man, those boxes are not like a pizza box that gives you a little bit of support. They don't put a little Barbie table in there to stop the top of the box from coming down on your shit. So they should know better than to go ahead and stack it on top of that flimsy-ass little card-thick fucking box. What do they think was going to happen?
I don't know. I was just like, what the fuck, man?
That sucks.
I mean, it's still good.
One more little piece of, not necessarily news, but Dave, Friday the 13th related, mentions, I watched Never Hike in the Snow on Friday with some fellow nerds and fucking mind blown. Best 25 minutes almost ever.
We've been telling you, man.
Yeah. We've been plugging Vincent and Womp Stomp stuff for years now.
Yes.
And, yeah.
That's a hell of a teaser for his new one, too, boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Dave, if you didn't see that, check out a couple days ago on our page, on our Facebook page, we shared the first 5 minutes of Never Hike Alone 2, which is supposed to be coming out later this year. October is what they're projecting. And
without giving too much away, I would so not let my kid get that haircut for a fucking film.
Especially for a 30-second bit part, but
I know everybody gets to start somewhere, but goddamn it,
the kid's a fan. The parents are fans, clearly. So it works.
I'd be like, all right, we're shaving that fucker off.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Dave says, I did watch it and then pitched in. Woo! There you go.
Yep, give him the applause for that, man.
That's right. Tell him Death Curse Society sent you.
That's right.
All right. All right, gang. In honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we are going to tonight try to rank our top 5 black horror films.
What?
We're going to try to rank our top 5 black horror films.
What?
No. Ziggy, would you try this?
It's the black horror films. We're celebrating.
What?
Exactly. Celebration of black created films. Some great stuff out there. There's no reason even guys like Little John can't get it and can't hear it, but that's what we're going to do, and it's worth it.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope it is.
What?
There's one below that, too, isn't there?
There's a couple, yeah. Well, so, Colonel, do you think it's fine for us to rank black horror films being 3 straight white guys?
I think it most definitely is. I mean, granted, I have a totally different perspective than you two have on this topic.
Clearly.
And obviously, even my perspective isn't 100% where it should be, but I think we have every right to. Granted, I'm not going to, may not understand the message as clear as some people would. It may be a little more subtle to me where other people might find it very obvious, like, oh, I know that. And I'm like, oh, what? But yeah, I think we all have the right to do this.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've actually debated doing this for the last couple of years, and we've always opted against it until this year. There was very little resistance this year, and hopefully it's okay with Little John. Is that okay, Little John?
Okay.
All right, good. I hope so. So, yeah, and it looks like Ziggy is the one that gets to start us out. Wow. So, Ziggy, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done with that for a little bit.
I'm gonna go ahead and fire off my first one.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
Was it Knives Out?
Here we go. You want one too? I got one for you too, man.
Don't start, Colonel.
I got one for you too, so just be careful. Let's see where we at here. Oh yeah. Oh, you don't want that one. That's a good one. We'll leave that just in case. Yeah, man. Black films and it's the criteria kind of kept changing on and off what we were talking about, how we were going to do this, and I get it. You know, we may not have seen everything that was out there in any particular category, but so what I did, I tried to find well-crafted, you know, made by a black director, you know, and just knocked it out of the park. Just made something that appealed. It broke the barriers. It went across. Mm-hmm. So I do have a lot of blaxploitation films on this list because they made a lot of money doing that for what they did. They were making it for themselves, and the appeal broke over worldwide. I mean, people loved these movies. So that's what I'm doing.
And since you mentioned the term, explain blaxploitation, because a lot of people, mostly white people, have a negative connotation of that term.
No.
But it's really not.
That's not at all. It's actually a very successful time when, you know, we still had all the separations shit hanging around in the late 60s, early 70s, and that's when a lot of this started coming out. Like Blackula, for example, is one of the ones that really kicked it off and made it into a viable source where these guys were cranking out, these companies and these crews, you know, almost entirely, you know, African-American folks and everything, making these movies, and they were coming out. They would come out here and they would do black audiences only. You know, white America didn't give a shit. Well, then it would go overseas, and then, oh wow, they getting high marks over here. And it would go over to Germany, high marks over here. So by then, people started taking a look. Finally, they just put the stupid shit down and realized there's some fucking talent there to be celebrated, and that's the way I approach this list.
And there's an audience.
And there's an audience for it, and it shouldn't. I understand, but it doesn't matter if it's a well-crafted product, a well-made movie. That's what is awesome about it to me, and that's what I tried to find in all these. And I did stick to all black directors for sure, because I feel like that is the man with the main vision or the woman with the main vision. It's they're calling the shots, man. So in the end, they're the one that's going to be held accountable if it sucks. And so that's what I did here. And oops, I don't have my Facebook. Here it is. So we're going to get started with it. Number 5.
Yep.
I caught this one on Netflix, and I was blown away just by some of the intensity of. It's a haunted house movie, and it's about a man and his wife. They get sent over from, you know, in their third world country where they're at, and they get sent to the UK, and it's this whole big program where you get food, you get a job, you get a place to live, but it's ridiculously strict rules and discrimination, and you don't have one whisker to maneuver. If you fuck up, you're sent right back to your hellhole. So this couple gets in, and they get put into a haunted house, and it's insane. I mean,
what's it called?
His House. I didn't say the movie. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
It's called His House, and this is the kind of shit that Paranormal Activity wishes they could have achieved when they went to their scary moments. It's Lights Out-esque in these key scenes I'm talking about. When they go dark, and it's usually the fucking ghost will get to the light switch and turn that shit off, so you're fucked. You could be totally in the clear and like, all right, I'm good, and then ghost pops up, turns the lights off, you're surrounded, and it's terrifying. Well worth the watch, man. I highly recommend it. His House, it's on Netflix now. Came out in like 2020, but it's man, get ready to have your hair stand up. This shit is crazy.
I put it on my list after talking to you last night.
Yeah. It was a surprise because I was just trying to, you know, I was going down the list and you know, and we could get back on the blaxploitation thing. There was a lot of stuff. It's not quality. It's not very good. It's very, very low budget and bad, you know, and it didn't matter though. The ones that started it, kicked this off, I mean, it's like we do now. I mean, we look at what we got to deal with the movies we have to watch, and independent wise, and direct to stream, and all this good stuff. All right, number 4. Jordan Peele has to appear on this list, obviously, and the first time he does here for me, it's with Us. I still want the sequel. I want to know how this government program got going. I want to know its origins. I want to know more about the underground city. But what a cool movie. If not somewhat predictable, it was still cool. I mean, borderline slasher almost in moments. But just very cool and edge of your seat. Jordan Peele, one of the reasons why he's here today is because of this movie. Get Out and Us for sure. Us gets the edge though for me. I like it. I think that's my favorite of what we've seen from him so far. Number 3, we talked about it briefly. Blaxploitation's kicked off with Blackula, and if you haven't seen it, it's not a fucking joke, man. This is a legitimately scary movie. I don't see. I mean, there's
scary is debatable, but
well,
at the time, I could see how it was.
When he shows up in the scenes and he attacks as the vampire, man, that shit, that is what I'm talking about. That's that magic that, you know what I mean? This is like, my God, man, this is a legitimately scary dude here, and it being a vampire and his origin and everything. It went on to make a worse sequel, but this is the one that started it all, and if you haven't seen it, you should. I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's pretty well crafted. The shot choices and everything. See Blackula. You won't regret it. Get back to my list here because it keeps turning off. Number 2, there was like Tales from the Crypt, and then Tales from the Hood, right? That movie came, and it was kind of a bite on the original one they did like in the 70s, but it was cool because it brought it into like that kind of time, and it brought it into like that kind of culture. And it was God, I can't think of the guy's name now. That was the kind of the crypt keeper telling the stories, the mortician. Fuck.
I don't know.
It's the same guy, you know, the guy from Half Baked, the bad guy. Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, you know, it's an anthology, and it's done quite well. I would say, shit, man. I mean, out of all the anthologies that were pouring out at that time, there's just a couple that are better than Tales from the Hood, honestly. Honorable mentions. Jordan Peele strikes again with Nope. I liked it, man. I just dug that really weird fucking thread with the chimpanzee and everything, and the attack and the trauma because of it, and the paths that led them to a fucking alien of all things in a fucking rodeo. It's just so fucking bizarre, but that's Jordan Peele, and it's worth a watch. It is. The terror is when they're getting sucked into that alien, and you realize they're about to get eaten up and chewed up by some alien teeth that looks like a garbage disposal. It's just, it's horrible, man. I can't imagine. Next honorable mention. Hey, man, we're celebrating it. It's the day. You got to have Snoop on your list, and he made a movie called Bones. It's not the best movie, but I'm a Snoop fan. I dig Snoop, and I like what he does. Like he's a chameleon of entertainment. I mean, I've seen him on talk shows, like talent shows, and he made a fucking horror movie back in the 90s that could have been a little better. The story is actually pretty cool. It's familiar to some things we've seen, but seeing Snoop as a dead pimp, more or less, out to get revenge. Oh yeah, man, sign me up anytime, any fucking time. Next on the honorable mentions, the Candyman remake. I mean, I guess we could call it the whole thing, but the other Candyman films weren't made like that. Like Colonel's talked about this before. That was more of it was an interpretation. This one wasn't. This one was actually in the family, and I liked it because it was very balanced. It did give. We got a little light slap into social justice, but it kept it fair. Everybody got a taste of that glove in that movie.
It was pretty heavy.
And the end of it, was just fantastic. I mean, I love this concept, what they're doing with it. I hope we get more with the different Candymen and the different time periods. I mean, fuck, it worked. It fucking worked. So that's it, Candyman. And number one, and this tore me quite a bit because I love this movie, but due to recent events in my life, I'm not a fan of one of the actors in this movie. And I had to put that aside for this, though, because the director fucking killed it, and the female lead is also killer in this. What?
Keep her name out your mouth.
I don't want to get slapped, right?
Thank
Tales
you.
from the Crypt, Demon Knight. We're not even going to mention the Demon Knight. We don't need to. We know who he is. He was fine. But it was all about Jada. Damn it, I almost said it. Miss Smith. And I would have loved to see more of these as well, man. But just what a fucking wonderfully crafted fucking tale. Adventure. It's got the horror. It's got jump scares. I mean, I just wish it didn't have fucking Billy Zane in it now. God damn it.
Oh, man.
God damn it.
You had to bring up his name, didn't you? You had to bring up his name.
What a dick.
I have not watched it since our ordeal. But and there's a couple of times it's like, oh, there it is. It's like, I can't do it.
Watch it.
I can't do it.
But you had to include it.
I did include it because the director and, of course, my paper's gone, absolutely crushed it. So you've seen Demon Knight. We've all seen Demon Knight. And, God damn it, it's a well worthy of being number one on the list of this record here. So there it is.
All right.
That's
Good
right.
list, good list.
Yeah, good list, Ziggy.
I mean, there's a lot, man. There is a lot you could get into. You could go through the 70s, like the 72 to like 76. There's 100 movies you could look at. Not many horror. I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of the blaxploitation. But I mean, it wasn't really that tough making this list. When you look at it, just you find the movies that the good movies. The cream always rises to the top every time.
God. Oh,
That
man.
was fucking awful.
That was a terrible Macho Man.
I don't want to give myself a stroke. That's why that dude's fucking dead at 50, because he talked that way.
Was it that or the steroids?
Yeah, the steroids didn't help either.
Probably the roids pitched in on that a little bit. All right, let's check some of the comments here. Oh, gosh, you guys have been busy. Okay. James jumps in. He says, I enjoy blaxploitation. He even made a recommendation of one, I believe. I put that on my list, too. I'm going to check that out.
Now, speaking of blaxploitation films, one of my all-time favorite films is a blaxploitation film. Unfortunately, I couldn't put it on the list because it's not work. Superfly is the fucking shit.
Oh,
That
man,
movie
yeah.
is fucking fantastic, dude. I'm sorry.
I didn't get to see that until I was in my adult years.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't allowed at my house.
What the fuck? You don't need to be seeing no breastises like that on your screen. What's the matter with you?
All right, here we go. Patricia says, if you followed 90s hip-hop, I encourage watching the movie Fear of a Black Hat.
I own that one. Yeah.
It's done by the same guy who did Tales from the Hood, and he's also from Pittsburgh. All right.
Yep.
I'll add that to my list, too.
That one's fantastic. It's like documentary style, and it's funny. I'm surprised that one didn't get as much stroke as some of the other ones did, because that one is ridiculously funny.
She also says, his house sounds interesting. We'll check it out. BK, lots of eggshells this Monday. Yeah, we're treading lightly, if you haven't noticed. We're being
It's
very
fine.
careful tonight.
We're honoring good work is what we're doing here.
Right.
Shouldn't matter, but
Right. David says, give some love to Blackula. Yep, absolutely. And Dave follows that up with, his bite was out of sight. The tagline from the movie, of course. All right, there's a list from S. Michael. Oh, and I got to get a list from Carrie over here in a minute. She sent that to me early.
That's good.
Oh, there we go. Yep. Clarence Williams, the third, is who played the Undertaker in Tales from the Hood.
Clarence Williams, yep.
Came to us first.
Dandy.
Yeah, came to us first from Patricia, followed up by S. Michael. So thank you guys for that.
Samson, that was his name. This whole time I've been sitting here going, what the fuck?
I want to talk to Samson.
I want to talk to Samson.
Dave says, that reminds me of that black dude that gets Cheech and Chong the weed from Up in Smoke. He says, this shit be out of sight.
It'll
Go
boogie
woogie.
woogie.
Yeah. What you trying to say, sucker?
All right. And Patricia says, I'm not surprised that Zag digs Snoop. Me either. Big shot.
Well, that wasn't front and center, really, of it when his career was in that stage. It wasn't really, you knew he smoked, but he kind of was all like, I don't do that no more. I quit. There was the clean Snoop and then Snoop Lion and all that shit. So, but absolutely.
Yeah.
We're kindred spirits that way.
Patricia also says the king of cartoons, which is mentioned too, and S. Michael follows up. You guys are working together on this tonight, it sounds like. S. Michael says the guy that played Blackula was also the king of cartoons on Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Hilarious.
So, great list, Zag from Patricia. James says, if it makes you feel any better, Zane did The Roommate for a paycheck. Oh, at least that was the impression he got. So.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Ziggy, will you read off S. Michael's list while I pull up Carrie's for me?
I will. We've
Thank
got
you.
number 5, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. Number 4, Scream, Blackula Scream. See, he likes it better than the other one there.
Oh, wow.
Number 3, Tales from the Hood. Number 2, King of the Zombies. And that's, I think that one was the Jungle one, if I'm not mistaken. Honorable mention, Incredible Two-Headed Transplant. Damn, I forgot about that one. But I don't know who the crew was on. I really went and looked for crews that were mostly black that made these movies. So, Haunted Trail, Nope, Candyman 2021, and number 1, The Skeleton Key.
Ah, very nice, very nice. Oh, I can't get to it. There it is.
Was still on Little John.
Do what?
I was still on Little John.
Oh. All right. Carrie sent me a list earlier. I don't know if this is in any particular order, but she says Candyman, Us, Ma, Vampire of Brooklyn, Blade, Obsessed, and Scary Movie 1 and 2. So.
Yeah, Scary Movie could have been. I thought about it.
Yeah. Fine list there from Carrie as well. All right, and then I think we had one more list. Oh, there we go. Patricia had a list. Hers is number 5, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. Number 4, Tales from the Hood. Number 3, The People Under the Stairs. Number 2, Blackula. Number 1, Night of the Living Dead. And honorable mentions, Sugar Hill, Candyman, Get Out, Us, Vampires versus the Bronx, Blade, and Vampire in Brooklyn. That's a lot of honorable mentions there, Patricia.
Vampires versus the Bronx. That's a newer one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, she named some pretty good ones in there. And
yeah. Good list, Patricia.
People Under the Stairs. I didn't really go that way. Like I wanted to put actors in, just like it would have been really easy to do Night of the Living Dead. It would have been super easy to do like Fallen, The People Under the Stairs. But I wanted to try to get crews. I know that these crews, the ones I picked, were would fit the criteria for what we're doing tonight. So that's what I went for.
Well,
Those are great, though. I mean, those are great examples of performances for sure. I just wanted to add a little more to it than just the performance.
It sounds like, too, we all had different personal criteria for the list that we created, so which makes sense because we are three different people. As crackery as we are, we are three different people.
Oh, and Colonel said, "Oh yeah," he goes, "I took the easy way out, man. I easied it up," and I was like, "God damn it!" And really went looking, man.
Well, no, I went looking too. Majority of my list fits the same criteria as yours. Just I took little liberties for performances as well.
Obviously, yes, I will put, an honorable mentions of all. I mean, for performances, absolutely. Tony Todd, Dwayne Jones, Denzel Washington in Fallen. I mean, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Shit, that's haunting shit. That's shit that you took home and pondered after that. It's
not quite made the list though.
Well, I didn't do it that way though because they were made by white guy directors. Then their stories and the writers were white and everything. So yeah, I skipped over those. I mean, I love George. I love George. And George got it, man. He made a fucking black guy the hero of his fucking movie. Although a grim ending to it, but he didn't give a fuck. George was the fucking pioneer, man.
Yeah. All right. S. Michael says, Black Belt Jones and Car Wash are my favorite blaxploitation movies. I do remember watching Car Wash back in the day. I haven't seen it in forever.
Whoa.
I had the 45 of that, too. I don't know how. Patricia says, The Skeleton Key was amazing. Dave says, my favorite little black short film be Demon Taking a Shit.
I got it all set up.
There you go.
That was me after eating Taco Bell today.
I bet it was. James says, Return of the Living Dead comes to mind. BK says, stop pronouncing his name wrong. It's Lil John.
Lil John.
Lil John. Isn't that right, Little John?
Yeah!
We're going to keep going. And James says, oh, and Death by Temptation. That's another good one I hadn't thought about in a while.
Well, who's up next on the list?
What?
I said, who's next up on the list?
What?
I said, who's next on the list?
What?
Me.
Oh, Crank?
Okay!
All right, I'll be back in 45 minutes. Just let me know when he's done.
I just wanted to show him how to do the bit. That's all.
Yeah. Thanks, Ziggy.
You're welcome.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you very much.
I got those too.
Fuck you!
What?
I got a whole bag of those for you guys.
Oh yeah, Ziggy loaded up the collection tonight, and I have no idea what half of them are.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's gonna be dangerous.
There's one on there I got to dig out that, I'll wait till the appropriate moment, but it's so stupid that I was going to edit it out, and then I watched it again. I was like, that is hysterical. I'm leaving it in. Dana.
Well, we can't. I don't want to move on because I want to drop a little bit of information for some of the viewers out there that may not be on our little members only group. We do have a very special edition of Monday Maniacs coming up in about 4 weeks,
Yeah,
somewhere in there.
We had to go out for it, but it's all right.
And we were going to do this as just a private members only event, but we decided
It's too fucking big.
we can't do that. We can't do that.
Ooh.
So,
Dig
enjoy a little teaser of something to come February 20th.
Just another manic Monday. I wish
That is one sexy teaser, brother. I have to
That-
give it to you on that, man. That's
Even
very nice.
though the end of that teaser in slow motion, while he smiles and walks away, is like, "I'll be back when that shit fizzles in your drink all the way."
It was pretty Bill Cosby-ish.
Oh,
That was pretty
man.
Cosby-ish. Yeah. Now, we are excited to announce that Tom McLaughlin will be joining us, writer-director of Jason Lives, One Dark Night,
Yes.
and several other things, as you noticed in the little teaser. We are super excited. I think Ziggy is the most excited out of all
I'm
of us.
not going to lie. We've been after this guy for a couple of years, and just get ready. It's just, there's going to be a deep dive on One Dark Night. I don't give a fuck what any of you think. It's going to happen. We're going to get into other things, of course, obviously. We'll ask him. We'll try to prod him on his story on the new, what he wrote for a new Friday film. There's all kinds of shit. This guy's been around fucking 45 years doing this.
Zach's like, "Fuck what everybody wants to hear."
Yeah.
We're going to talk
Oh,
about
no.
One Dark Night.
This one's personal, man. This one's personal. Just we'll work it out. I'm going to give you guys your time to talk to, of course. I'm hoping you'll have questions as well.
Duh. Are
Duh.
you kidding? I always have like 4 pages of questions, like,
Just keep
ready
it-
to go.
Keep half
You know,
of them in the One Dark
And
Night.
I'm going to ask him what his fucking favorite dinosaur is. Like, it's all covered, man.
Yeah, you have to, what kind of hair products what do you do to keep that shine like that?
It's a wide-ranging interview. We'll just put it that way.
We don't fuck around.
Patricia's ready. She says that's awesome.
Yes.
She's also curious. She says, "Crank, does your shirt say Red Run DMC?" No, just Red Rum. It is a run on Run DMC, but yeah, it's a good shirt. I like this one. It always gets noticed when I wear it out. And James wants to know, is Little John the new Oklahoma?
I hope not.
And I don't think so.
Oklahoma! Oklahoma! Oh, my ass meat!
We haven't had him on in a while.
No, we haven't. All right, so I went about this a little bit differently with my list. Mine is kind of a combination of black films I enjoyed, plus important to that specific subgenre, if you will, which makes it a weird list, but I'm happy with it, and I think it works for me. And like Ziggy said, Jordan Peele, God damn it, has to appear, and he starts out my list at number 5 with Us. Us is probably my favorite Jordan Peele film so far. This movie, and I think it could be considered a slasher, but on a lighter scale. But I think it's definitely got slasher elements to it. But this movie had such a dark story to it underneath it all, but still played some of the moments kind of light, and it works so well. And I'm excited for pretty much anything Jordan Peele even glances at. And, because pretty soon, well, he's already done it a little bit with Candyman. He's just kind of, throw my name on there. That'll help, he had more of a role than, say, like John Carpenter did in the new Halloween Ends in Candyman. But, I'm excited for him as a filmmaker. I'm curious to see what else he comes up with. But Us kicks off my list at number 5. Number 4 for me, again, we kind of talked about it a little bit. It did not make Ziggy's list, but goddamn right it made mine. It's Night of the Living Dead, because of the importance of having a black hero in a horror movie. Such an important reason. Now,
Fucking
was it?
groundbreaking, man.
Yeah, and Colonel, were you the one that was talking the other night about, and maybe Ziggy said this before too, but the character wasn't originally written black. He was written as a
Right.
white person.
Yeah, we were talking about this, Friday night? I think?
Maybe Friday.
Yeah, like I said, it was not written to be a black character. George picked who was the best actor. Granted, he claims he didn't really think about the importance of it when he cast him. I think he probably did a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe
But
not
yeah.
much. I don't think it was the deciding factor, but I'm sure he had to have known while filming this movie. Like, holy shit, this is fucking groundbreaking here.
Right. Well, Night of the Living Dead, definitely number 4, and that is the primary reason for it being on my list. Like I said, it's a mixture of films I like, plus that are important to the genre. Number 3 for me, Jordan Peele strikes again, and this is his debut, Get Out. And I'll tell you why this is a very important film for black horror, because it literally makes racism the horror. And that was fascinating the way he did it. It wasn't cheesy, it wasn't hokey, it wasn't preachy, which it could have been and should have been in a way. But the way this movie is put together, you really don't know what the hell is the terror that's in the movie until you're almost 2/3 of the way through it. And you get little pieces of it along the way, but when that third act kicks in, holy shit, you're in for a ride.
The fact that
I wish I had a teacup right now.
he made it so real to you know people exist out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's what he nailed it that way.
Yeah. But yes, Get Out, number 3 on my list. Number 2, as important as Night of the Living Dead having a black hero was in the 60s and even later decades, having a black slasher in the 90s was equally as important, which puts Candyman at number 2. And I'm going with the 92 one because, granted, it was written and directed by white folks.
White
Whiteys,
devils.
The Whiteys. Granted, it was written by them, but telling the story of gentrification at that point and telling the story of Candyman at that point was a very fresh take on it, and really kind of helped, black audiences and black filmmakers come out and say, finally, some of our stories are being told and not in a degrading way or a whitewashed way.
Yeah.
There we go. A whitewashed way. And I really enjoy this movie still to this day, and I think it's an important piece of black horror history. So that's why it made my list. Some honorable mentions for me, and I'll just skip through these because, 2 of them at least. People Under the Stairs, my first honorable mention. And 2 of these have something in common. People Under the Stairs with Wes Craven directing, not probably an entire black staff or black crew, but primarily, a black story. And with the undertones that are told in that movie, it really kind of stacks up and means a hell of a lot more than what you think you're going in for at the beginning. Number 2 honorable mention, and I had to rewatch this the other day because I hadn't seen it in so long, but Blackula. Goddamn. Still a fun movie. Dated as shit. The clothes alone are worth watching for, and the music, holy shit. I was getting down. I was getting my boogie on.
When he floats in that fucking room and gets that girl, that shit, dude. That is like that's my get out moment. Like, fuck this, I'm out. Woo! Scary.
But yeah, and again, like Ziggy said, kind of an important piece of film history.
Kicked it all off.
Yeah. And my third honorable mention is going to be kind of unusual, I think. Although, no, maybe not, because a couple of you, or at least one of you, has already mentioned it in your list. So maybe 2 of you. Vampire in Brooklyn. And the reason I included this, A, you had Eddie Murphy starring in it. B, you had Wes Craven directing it. And this movie, if I remember correctly, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, was basically put together because Eddie Murphy wanted to do a horror movie. So instead of just doing it himself or going to the same guy that, directed Beverly Hills Cop or whatever, or whatever his previous film was, he went to the current master of horror in the 90s and was like, I want to work on a fucking horror movie with you. And that's a cool route to go, I think. Is that the way you remember that movie being put together back then, either of you? That's the stories I had heard.
I think Craven had the idea, though, didn't he? Was it the other way around? Didn't he go after Eddie Murphy?
Was it that way? Maybe it was.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll lock that shit down. That one missed the mark for me, man. I was like, wow, Eddie Murphy's going to do a horror movie. This is great. And then I don't know what happened, man. I don't know.
It's a little cheesy.
Final cut. Something got wrong in there.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. This is not on my list, but I fucking love this movie.
It's a fun flick.
It's a fun movie. It's not great by any stretch of the fucking imagination. But damn, just the scene at the church or the scene in the police station was fucking hilarious, man. Fucking hilarious.
I have to go and sit down and watch this one again. I've only seen it at the theater when it came out, whenever it came out.
I watched it a couple months ago again. I think around Halloween. Or no, maybe it was before that.
Doesn't he speak with like a cheesy vampire accent?
Oh, yes. Yes.
This is what I mean.
Oh yeah. He's got the cheesy accent going on.
He needed to do it like Fright Night, like Chris Sarandon, fucking Jerry Dandridge, that shit. That's where you...
But they also went for big stars. Oh, go ahead, Colonel. Sorry.
100% based on the story, that wouldn't make sense. In the story, as he comes up from the Caribbean.
Yes. Again, I'll sit down and give it a watch again. I'll push it in and see what we got. Maybe I'll appreciate it more now than I did then.
Even James, he says, Vampire in Brooklyn isn't one of Craven's best, but it's fun. Yeah. I think the meeting of those two, regardless which way it went, Wes Craven and Eddie Murphy at the top of their game at the time, that was a great combination. The movie didn't work out as well as it probably should have or could have, but it worked for me. Last one on my list, number 1. More of a recent film. And as much as in Get Out, actual racism was the horror in that movie, this one takes that and amplifies it so fucking much. And I literally rewatched this just before the show, and this was not my number 1 6 hours ago, but
I need the list the day before.
I need the list for the posters. I kept the same numbers, or I kept the same movies. The order switched slightly.
Okay.
But man, my number 1 is Antebellum, and if you haven't seen this, fucking go watch it, because this movie was, I think, either maybe my number 2 of 2020. Was that the year that Host came out?
Yes.
2020.
Okay, so yeah, I think mine was Host and then Antebellum, or maybe vice versa. You guys may have had Host at 1.
I had Host at 1 for sure.
I had Host at 1 for sure that year.
Dude, I fucking loved this movie back then, and I hadn't seen it since, but I threw it in today, and holy shit, this movie is creepy. It's confusing at first because you really don't know what's going on, and then by the time you do catch up, and fuck, the real terror of this movie is this could be fucking happening, and we just don't know it. And the performances are fantastic. Janelle Monáe is wonderful. Gabourey Sidibe, or however you say her name. Apologies for butchering it. I don't like her character in this movie, but she kills it as her character. And the plantation workers are just phenomenal. And this movie, it makes you think, and it gets under your skin regardless what fucking color you are. And I'm glad I rewatched this again because I hadn't seen it in a while, and it's fascinating to me. So Antebellum is my number one movie for black horror films.
All right.
So. What?
What?
He said antebellum.
What?
Antebellum.
What?
Antebellum. Okay, you got it?
Yeah!
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Iggy.
You're welcome. I'm just here to help.
I know. All right. Let's see. Oh, happy birthday, Dave! I thought your birthday was Friday, or you had the party Friday.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave. He says, I'm a little buzzed because it's my birthday. Woo! So I might be a little more chatty. Well, I'm just glad you're off work, man, so you can actually join us instead of popping in and then dipping out. And yes, I was boogie woogieing.
Boogie Woogie gonna be on mine.
I'm the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He said, push it in. Hold on, I gotta get rid of this. There we go. All right. Okay, Phase says, I've been preoccupied, but this has been a good listen so far. Lots of movies I need to go see. Yes.
Yes.
Carrie says, not horror, but the color purple chilled me to the core. Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely not horror, but like for me, for example, Roots. I remember watching that in school and just holy shit.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. What other, black films that aren't necessarily horror are ones that you guys enjoyed? Because one of my fucking just all-time favorites, and I will literally watch it every time I see it on TV, is Mississippi Burning. I see that anywhere, and I will fucking watch that. The performances, Gene Hackman, Willem Dafoe, so fucking good, and the story out of this fucking world.
I go a lot lighter on it. I fucking love House Party with Kid and Play.
Oh my god, that remake looks fucking awful.
The driver I work with, he saw it. He said it was pretty funny. He said the jokes are smart anyway. I was like, we'll see. Anything like that original one with the dance off and everything. And then of course, Friday. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's a great one.
It's one of those two movies I don't turn off if I come across them.
Colonel, how about you?
Oh, definitely Soul Plane.
Yeah.
No, not seriously, not Soul Plane.
I wasn't sure, man, but I was supporting you in either way.
No, I was a Ag Friday, definitely. That's always been one of my top comedies. Like I said, Roots was really good, even though it made me feel terrible. It made me feel like a terrible human being for a few hours after seeing it. Like, holy shit. Like I said, Superfly, fucking love it. Dolomite, fucking Shaft. I like all those old 70s.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shaft is always comes up, and even the remake is somewhat entertaining with Samuel J.
Well, there you go. James agrees. He says Shaft is a favorite of his.
Richard Roundtree.
Dave says one of the best black films is Scary Movie 2. Fucking dude in the wheelchair that sucks his own dick. That was funny.
I've already.
You're just jealous, Dave. You're just jealous.
The beginning of Scary Movie 2, the Exorcist reenactment, is 20 of the funniest fucking horror minutes you'll ever see. When they start throwing up on each other, they're laughing while they're shooting it. I mean, it's fucking hilarious.
You know what I would like to do? Well, we couldn't get away with it for a mashup. I want to mash up Scary Movie 2, the dude sucking his own dick, with the story from Clerks where they're talking about how the dude die trying to suck his own dick.
We could probably do that. Where'd I go? Oh, okay. Patricia says Black Dynamite, the movie and the cartoon series.
Yeah.
Faye says
I'm
not
with Faye on
horror. You're with Faze on this?
That's cartoon, yeah, great fucking show, dude.
All right. He says both the comic and the show, the Boondocks. All right. I don't know
If
that one.
neither of you two haven't seen it, you got to fucking watch it, man. It's hilarious, but it's also very smart.
You know, and I grew up in a time too where I had the Jeffersons, I had, you know, Sanford and Son going on, Good Times, and fuck, we didn't miss that, man. We didn't miss those shows. Those were great fucking shows.
Yeah, see, when I was a kid growing up, as in Living Color, Martin, Fresh Prince.
Yep.
Living Single was one I actually enjoyed as a kid. I need to go back and see if I still find that.
Living Single.
That's Queen Latifah.
I do remember that. I was thinking of what was the spin-off from the Cosby Show, but that's a different world with Lisa Bonet went on.
Yep.
Yeah.
After she got
Well, you know,
kicked off.
right.
Or later on she got kicked
For
off.
being a partier of all things.
Right.
You know, whatever.
Fucking hypocritic. I saw somebody talking about Cosby a little bit ago, and he was like, he's coming back to tour. Are you guys excited? Are you going to go? And you hear this woman in the audience say, no. And he was like, well, that's cool that you say no, but Cosby normally doesn't listen to women that say no anyways. I was like, fucking good for you, dude. That's a good take on that joke.
He had that shit ready. Wow.
Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Run through these.
Don't be a
Patricia says,
menace.
don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
That was a good, funny one.
That was a good take, yeah.
Those are two good movies, too. Go ahead.
Oh, James says, Sweetback's Badass Song is required viewing. Carrie says, New Jack City. Yeah.
That's a good one.
New Jack City.
Introduction of Wesley Snipes. Is that right?
I just had two other ones. I've just got, Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Boys in the Hood, yeah.
Do the Right Thing. All of them.
Dead Presidents. You guys remember that one?
Which one?
Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents. That had Chris Tucker in it. Yeah, hell yeah.
I didn't like Do the Right Thing when I first saw it, but I've definitely grown to appreciate it after I moved out of my parents' house. So, there you go.
It's true.
Faye says Black Dynamite is great too. Luke says not horror, but would say real life horror to a degree. Menace to Society. Yeah, there we go. More of a real tale of living the life in the hood, but a really dark movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Patricia says 227.
227.
That was fun.
Remember
Was that what was that? Jackie?
Yeah.
Was that her name?
And it was
She had that fucked up voice.
it was the maid from the Jeffersons. I forget her name.
Dave says good times be dynamite. There you go. Carrie says she loved A Different World.
Different World, yeah.
Luke says nice. I can't take credit for that. I saw it on a reel on Facebook, so I don't know
All right,
who.
Carlos, we've seen it over here stealing motherfuckers. Too.
I mentioned it. I don't remember what the guy's name was. It was like not a very well known guy, or I would have said his name.
I'm just giving you shit. To be fair, you did not take credit.
Nope. BK says the Cosby Show ended being a horror story. Behind the scenes, fuck yeah. Dave would have partied with Lisa Bonet.
After seeing the Angel Part, I sure as fuck would have too.
Yeah. Carrie says Jungle Fever. Dave says Higher Learning. Trish says Cooley High. Mary.
That's the girl from 227.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one you were talking about.
There we go. And Dave says Higher Learning also has the wannabe black dude Rappaport. Oh, God, yeah. Michael Rappaport. He's funny, though.
He says some fucked up crazy shit.
One that didn't get mentioned, another one that really affected me, and especially in the 90s, was A Time to Kill. Mostly because of that ending. If you don't see that ending coming, the courtroom drama, with Matthew McConaughey
Time to Kill.
and
It's a
Sandra
good
Bullock.
movie. Samuel Jackson loses his shit.
Yep. Kiefer Sutherland plays a Klan member, basically,
Very convincing.
very convincingly. I think he was still on the coke back then. But all right, Colonel, it
All right.
is your turn.
Oh,
Good, because,
My
That's
45
fine.
minutes is up, asshole.
because it's like I'm gonna have so much to say about my list because they've all been fucking mentioned.
No, they haven't.
Oh, sorry, one hasn't been mentioned.
Well,
So-
but you get your take on it.
I
You know,
don't
your take is different than
Our
ours.
takes are all the same, pretty much. So yeah, I'm gonna try to stretch this out, folks. My criteria was a little bit of zags, a little bit of cranks, because I thought it'd make it easier for me. And I really went with movies that made an impression on me as a kid. And that I really like. And then again, I try to stick to black directors, black writers. But then I also was like, well, we'll add black actors as well, because there's a little bit of the easy way out. So coming in at number 5,
pissed me off too.
People Under the Stairs.
Bitch.
Yes, Wes Craven, white guy telling a story, but it's I think the story that any impoverished person could relate to, because you're in this bad neighborhood, you got your slum lords that are fucking charging all this money, living their fucking crazy ass fucking life in this house. Well, the neighborhood's just going to fucking shit. Like I said, I think I was able. Anybody can relate to that. But yeah, it's fucking People Under the Stairs. Coming in at number 4. God damn it! I didn't even want to put it on my list.
You did too?
I didn't want to, but that's why it's so fucking low. Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. Fucking Billy Zane.
You dick!
Yes.
Thank you.
But it doesn't take away the fact that, obviously, like I said, directed by a black director, but also that she who shall not be named, because I'm not trying to get the shit slapped out of me. She was your hero.
Go ahead
She
and
was the
say it.
hero of the movie.
You can say it.
I'm not saying it. I ain't trying
You
to.
keep Will Smith's wife's name out of your goddamn mouth.
I ain't doing that, man. He'll fucking fly over here. He's got the money to find out where the fuck I'm at and just open my door and slap the shit out of me. I ain't gonna fucking do it.
He's in Cincinnati, Will. Cincinnati.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna tell you where. But no, it's a kick-ass fucking horror movie too, man. Like it's just a good fucking movie. All right, well there we go. Because like I said, I don't have much to say about these. They've all been mentioned. Coming in at number 3, I pulled a crank. I've got
What?
same movie, but 2 different versions in one spot.
No.
Candyman.
Ah.
Yes.
Cheap ass.
You're going with both, huh?
I'm going with both. I cannot separate the two for the importance. I'm with Crank. I feel Candyman 1992 was huge for the black community to have their own slasher. One they could relate to. And I like the fact he wasn't stereotypical. They made the Candyman relatable. He was a person. They didn't try to leprechaun in the hood it, we'll say.
Whew. Right.
That's fucking huge. That's huge because let's be honest, we're 92. We're not far from the 80s where, stereotypes of everybody in every fucking movie. I think this was a huge step forward going into the 90s. But like my big complaint about it, why I'm sharing it is, let's be honest, at the end of the movie, you got your horror trope where Whitey is the one that saves the day. So
Cracker ass, cracker.
I couldn't just leave this one here. That's why I'm adding the Candyman sequel, requel, reboot, whatever you want to fucking call it. Because what I enjoy about this is they took the character that represents them and made them to fit the community. And it really does, because 92 they touched on gentrification. Well, this one really touches on gentrification, which I have seen over the past 15, 20 years in Cincinnati, where it's pretty much get the fuck out, good luck.
Here are some condos
Here's some
that you'll never be able
condos.
to afford.
Yeah, here's some. It's happening 2 blocks away from me where they're building $500,000 condos now.
Right.
So we got your condos, you got your art galleries, your restaurants, your breweries, just your nightclubs. That's literally everything that's going on in a major city right now. So it was nice to see that take on the story. And while yes, it is a little heavy-handed on the social commentary, I still thought it was a very well done film.
Just a touch.
Just a little heavy-handed. But sometimes it wasn't as heavy-handed as the movie that shall not be named.
Ah.
No.
And coming in at number 2, I'm a sucker for a good anthology series, especially one that actually has a message behind it. Tales from the Hood. Again, great movie. A little bit dated now.
Yeah.
With the gang members and the funeral parlor and all that. But man, the stories were fucking great. Like I said, there was a message behind all of them. Like I said, you had the governor or whatever living in the fucking plant, racist ass living in that plantation, and the souls of the slaves and the voodoo dolls coming out of the painting and fucking everybody up. That was some scary shit as a kid. I wasn't picking up. I knew the guy was a racist, but I really wasn't picking up on a lot of that shit, So now as I watch it as an adult, I'm like, there's some heavy fucking stuff they're touching on in this film. And then David Allen Greer threw me off seeing him be this abusive ass fucking stepfather. Because I just knew him from A Living Color.
Right.
I was like, whoa. That's such a great story, too. That's what I said. They're all really great stories. The kid draws the monster on the paper, ends up being like a voodoo doll, he's all twisting him up and shit. That really made an impact on me as a kid. And then one that the story we're still talking about in the media in the world today is where the cop kills I can't remember a politician, I believe. Remember, because they put his mural on the wall and there's the zombies hunting down the white cop and the black cop that just stood by and let all that shit happen. You don't remember that one?
I haven't seen this movie in decades, man. So.
I believe it was the last story in it.
But it is on my list to rewatch.
Okay. So yeah, it's a good movie. It's a great fucking horror movie, great anthology movie with a message behind all of it. So now we get to our honorable mentions. I'm going to fly right through these because they're honorable mentions. I couldn't put it on the list because I'm kind of with Frank and Zach on this one. Night of the Living Dead. And that's groundbreaking, 1968. A black lead in a movie that was unheard of back then. But I still couldn't put it in my top 5. Now, the next honorable mention, I'm sorry, but it's a love story at the end of the day. Bones. I'm sorry, man. I can't get enough of Snoop. Snoop was born fucking 20 years too early, dude. He should have been in the 70s. He would have been the hugest blaxploitation film star there ever was. He was made for this shit.
Yep.
Now, it's cheesy, yes. But I fucking love it, dude. Anything with Snoop walking around like a pimp, I'm going to watch it.
This is what I say.
And like I said, and how lucky that son of a bitch is to kiss fucking Pam Grier. I don't care if it was in the late 90s. I'd still kiss her now if I had a chance. Good Lord, that woman is beautiful. And my last honorable mention, it only gets an honorable mention because with it being Martin Luther King Day, I was trying to focus more on African Americans. But I think this is and this one, Carrie, this is for you, coming all the way from the UK. Attack the Block. If you guys have not seen it, you have to see it, man.
What?
Yeah.
He said attack the block.
What?
Yeah.
Attack the block.
That's not, dude.
Sorry.
Yeah. You guys can do that between you. I'll be real honest. That was funny 20 years ago. No, so I'm just kind of like, but Attack the Block. If you haven't seen it, it's very much about an alien invasion, in a poor neighborhood in England, and this stars Finn from Star Wars. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher his real name. And once you're a character in Star Wars, unless you're Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, or Carrie Fisher, you're now known as that character from Star Wars. But it's really good. You need to watch it. But again, it's from the UK. That's why it gets an honorable mention on Martin Luther King Day. And coming in at number 1, we all knew Jordan Peele was going to make an appearance somewhere. And I can only give him one spot. And that one spot goes to number 1 with Get Out. Yes, Crank is right. The horror of this movie is racism. What year was this movie released, guys? Do you remember?
That one
2017.
16?
2017, I thought.
17?
Yeah, 2018 is what I thought, but 2017.
All right. How long ago Martin Luther King gave I Had a Dream speech?
Like 60 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's why this one gets number 1. Because all we've come so far, there's so much further we have to go.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
And, I just think it's sad that we can make a movie in 2017 and it's like racism's still the horror of it because we're still dealing with it, which will be honest. Let's be honest. Humans are fucking terrible. It's never going to go away.
Yeah.
But it's like sad that that's still prominent in our fucking culture.
And Get Out, as fantastical as it may be, is still pretty believable. Like the storyline of it. I mean,
Right.
I wouldn't be shocked if I found out in 5 years that there was some rich motherfucker living up in the hills that was doing this to people. I wouldn't be shocked at all. Same as with Antebellum. I would not be shocked at all to find out in a few years. Oh yeah, we raided this Southern Family Amusement Park and we found a bunch of slaves being held on the property. Would not be shocked at all. So
No, that's the sad part, man.
that's the sad part, exactly. Yeah. Martin Luther King Jr. would be 94 or 95 today. I can't remember. It's one of those two. But, yeah, I mean, if he hadn't been assassinated, there was a possibility he would still be alive. Him and Frank and, what is it, him and Frank and Barbara Walters were all born in the same year? Is that right?
Something like that.
I think so.
Yeah. And, you think about Anne Frank, you thought that was hundreds of years, or at least 100 years ago. But
Nope.
no. Terrible shit is fucking rampant. Anyway.
Great list, Colonel.
Shit. Great list, Colonel.
I got 1 1/4 golf clap. Thank you.
Yeah, one extra.
You got a little extra, yeah. All right. Let's... All right. Luke says, Time to Kill. Yes, forgot about the movie. That ending is nuts. Dude, I fell for it hook, line, and sinker as he's telling you that story, telling you to close your eyes. And I was pissed off at myself as I walked out of that movie. Carrie says, Dangerous Minds. Yep, there's one we didn't mention. Luke also says, I was questioned about my Billy Zane DCS shirt at work. Not sure I'd wear that one to work very often, but maybe you can get away with it.
Yeah. You get fired, man. You can't.
Yeah, don't blame us.
Yeah, right. The Facebook shit should be a clue enough.
Luke says, the South Park episode about Candyman was that you had to say Biggie Smalls 3 times in the mirror. Yeah, and then he'd come and shoot your ass.
Well, yeah, because he was trying to get the Satan's fucking birthday party on Halloween.
Yeah, yeah. And he kept getting sucked back into a mirror.
Every fucking year.
Carrie says, okay, Tony Todd's voice, you would succumb to him. Of course. Colonel would. Ziggy would too.
Yes.
So would you. Don't lie.
I would too. I would too. Carrie says, hubby likes Attack the Block.
So I knew Carrie would appreciate that movie on the list.
Great list, Colonel, from
Thank you.
Patricia. She also wants to know, ever watched Dr. Black, Mr. Hyde?
I have not.
I missed that
Ringing a
one.
bell.
Oh, well, she says it's not good.
Oh,
And James follows that up with, Blackenstein isn't great. Neither of those sound like they would be, but
as mentioned, there were a lot of just rushed, quick productions
copies of Blackula after that.
I mean, they were making
Yeah.
those movies in what, 30 days or less? Just hammering them out.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking shit. It's probably 2 weeks of shooting and then 2 weeks of editing and it's out. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not reading that, Dave. Not reading it. Luke says, Get Out was very effective. All right. No, I like your list there, Colonel. For once, I can actually say that.
Nice. Fuck you too. All right.
No, because, I liked your criteria for it. You found something that affected you as a kid and then you grew up with. So,
Colonel.
What, Ziggy?
I got you.
I would not be that subtle if you guys know me well. Man, fuck you.
Yeah, no, that's. I think this was a fun discussion. I mean, I would. The only thing I'm not sure about Colonel is Attack the Block horror?
Yeah, a little more sci-fi, but still horror. Fuck it, count.
Okay.
If you guys can count fucking Predator and Alien, I'm counting fucking Attack the Block.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I mean, we're in the era now that diversity in film is damn near required, at least by a lot of the studios. So, in the terms of filmmaking or even horror filmmaking, do you think MLK would be impressed or pleased or see progress? Where would you think he would lie on that, Colonel?
I think now he'll be impressed. I'm going to go back 10, 15 years ago, and we're still following the same tropes and stereotypes. For now, let's be honest, they still have stereotypes, but it's more other reasons than people's, race. Let's be honest. I'd hope he would be impressed, even though at times it still feels forced.
What about you, Ziggy?
I think he'd be, I obviously he would probably be hoping there was a lot more success in that department, but like someone like Nia DaCosta, that's cool, you know what I mean? He'd be like, look at this, and there's so much. I do think he would be like, not enough though, just not enough progress is what I think the ultimate feeling would be at this point in this day and age.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is, over the years, 20, 30 years ago, you had, maybe 60 films get put out in the theaters? Maybe 80? You had some independents, and you had some, TV movies, if you will, but not many. But, there weren't a lot of movies being made theatrically and on a big scale 20, 30 years ago. Now, Jesus Christ, there's easily more than 100 horror movies made every year with the amount of streaming channels, YouTube even, if you want to include that, with fan films or short films or whatever. And then, all the independent studios that are out there fighting for different theater times, film festivals, everything else. There's a lot more films, and still a small fraction of those feature black filmmakers, black actors, or primarily a black actors or diverse actors. So, yeah, I don't think he would be. I think he would applaud people like Jordan Peele and, like you mentioned, even Nia DaCosta, abso-fucking-lutely. But he'd also be pointing out that there's more, there's more out there. So, I think he would be not I don't want to say the word impressed, but still pushing, like you said, Ziggy. I think he'd still be pushing for more, like seeing progress, but not
Not enough.
Not all the way there. And who am I to say whether that's right or not? I'm not. I can't. Carrie's hubby here, Jim. He says Attack the Block is science fiction comedy.
All right, Jim. Just be. This is all joking. Just be appreciative. I put a British movie on my list. Let it slide. Let it go as science fiction horror. I'm trying to give it props, buddy.
There you go. Luke says on Shudder, the horror noir documentary is really great. By the way, yeah, I still need to see that.
Yeah, I'm watching it again.
No, I didn't want. I skipped.
Released
Dude,
like 2 years ago. It was great.
I fell off Shudder for a while because there was just so much shit. Some of their new ones that they were putting out were just so bad. I was just like, nope. I gotta get away from this for a while. I haven't opened Shudder in months except to watch like a very specific movie.
They were hitting it out of the park there with their with their original releases, and then all of a sudden they weren't. All of a sudden they were Blumhouse.
Yeah. Dave says Predator 2 is now black horror. You could, I think. Yeah, you can make an argument for that.
Well, him as a lead, Danny Glover.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, I look Fallen to me is with Denzel is the same, like that. A little more.
Movie I forgot to add on my list. Now we're thinking about it. I'll add a number 6. It's on horror list. Glass Onion.
Yep.
Fuck you!
Oh, cool. I got the SLC Punk. I'll fucking take it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have more.
Luke says, most black filmmakers or actors really respected George Romero for bringing the black actors up front in his movies, which at the time was considered a no-no industry. The industry. Props to George. Yep.
George didn't give a fuck.
BK. We said it up front, man. I love the 3 whitest guys in America speaking on behalf of Martin Luther the King. Comedy gold.
Comedy gold? What?
Fuck you too!
We're just asking the question. We're not
That's
saying
right.
we're right, and we even said, who are we to even say this?
I mean, would it rather be nothing at all? No mention, no celebration whatsoever?
We would get questions over the years if we just overlooked it altogether. I think.
I think so too. But also, it's not like either of us have ever said our list is the definitive top 5 black horror films, because that's not our place to say.
No.
Really isn't.
No. Not at all. Dave says, I love everyone 100% equal. End of story. I just do not understand why everyone cannot be like this. Well, goes back to your upbringing, I think, partially. So, that could be part of it.
You Canadians are beautiful people.
That's right.
Yeah.
And see, BK's laughing at you. Luke says, I respect guys like Jordan Peele, even if I don't like all his movies. Everyone deserves equal human rights. The black community deserves to have their voices heard too.
Agreed.
Carrie says, loving the topic tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
James is throwing out an idea. Top 5 Hong Kong horror movies. When?
Oh, baby.
I would have to do a lot of research there.
I don't even think I've seen 5 Hong Kong horror movies.
I don't think I've seen 5 Hong Kong movies.
I mean, if you made it like Asian, you'd probably squeeze it out. If we went over and got the whole continent.
I don't know if I have 5 the continent of Asia horror movies. I'm taking the whole continent in consideration.
God damn.
Train to Busan.
Would be all 5 of them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that it all started with that one. It was just a contagious guy. The guy was all turning into liquid on the gurney and shit. And just the way they shot the whole fucking thing was just a couple of lights, and I was on edge the whole time, like going, God damn! I was in a dark room watching it, going, this shit is what the fuck? You know, nothing happened really. It's one of those nothing happened movies, but I didn't care because the fucking journey to get to nothing was horrible and terrifying.
Yeah. Luke says, the only people I don't love are Scientologists. Long story. We'll save that for some night when you're actually on with us. We'll have to get into that story. God damn it, Dave. I'm glad no one is wearing a white shirt. Thank you. Yeah, and James says Asian might work better. Patricia says I will throw down some great Asian horror.
Oh, baby.
Like Tokyo Gore Police.
Ichi the Killer.
That sounds actually interesting. Oh, uh-oh. Get ready to get angry, Colonel. Ariel says Grudge was the first Asian horror that popped into my head.
I'm not even angry at her.
You hate the Grudge.
I'm just not a fan of J horror. I'm sorry. I'm not saying shit. I'm just saying it's not for me.
It's an acquired taste. I will give you that.
Yeah. James says, I haven't seen Juice, but it looks interesting. I haven't either. I don't know that one right off the top of my head.
The one with Tupac, or is that something new?
Yeah, I'm with you. I was like, is that the Tupac movie?
Do we have anything else to add on Black Horror? I think we've kind of gone all the way around it and back through. As much as the crackeriness of us we can do.
The honkies in us. You know, I just set out I wanted to honor some talent, some standout pieces of work that have come out of that community, and I think I accomplished that. I feel good about my list and what we did here tonight. So, everything we deserve to do so much more, but I mean, the least we can do is do that and honor some people for a couple hours, and that's what we did here.
Yeah. Now, we probably won't touch on this topic for a few years, but...
Well, it doesn't mean individual pieces along the way are going to get ranked as we see them,
Oh, absolutely.
As they come out. So, yeah, it's not the end of
definitely
my coverage.
But it definitely deserves the spotlight.
Sure.
Even for one night.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's see. Well, considering J-horror, Patricia says, Colonel, there's some great stuff you would actually like.
I'm sure there is. It's just the motivation to watch it. I'm sure if I stayed away from the fucking paranormal shit, I probably would like it. Give me the gory shit. I'll probably love it.
I like their paranormal shit too, though. I mean...
And James says, yes, Juice is Tupac.
That one was trippy.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's what I mean. You don't like the Japanese paranormal at all, man?
I just can't get into it, dude. I really can't. Well, for one, you're racist because I'm pretty sure it's not even Japanese.
It's that one's actually Korean. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going up for that one.
It's the closest I've got to a paranormal Japanese clip. So yeah, there you go.
Okay. Ariel says the paranormal shit is her favorite.
I
Dang
like
it.
it.
Yeah, I dig paranormal
like
movies, just not Japanese paranormal.
They got some goofy little fucking kids running around biting your calves and stuff. It's fucking, some of it's not scary, but some of it is.
Shut up, BK. Dallas up 18-0 at half, if anyone cares. See, I don't watch the games until after we're done with the show. So I start them over. I don't look at anything, and I rewatch them late.
You have to do a disclaimer, though, of that, and I'm sure everyone would be cool. They don't know.
Just don't do it when the Bengals are playing. That's all I ask.
And when the Lions are in a play... Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're not going to have to worry about that for a while.
Next season, motherfucker.
I know Patricia has a really good question here.
Oh.
She says, why hasn't anyone made a horror movie about a paranormal shit? Keep your eyes peeled for the next Amityville movie. I'm sure that's exactly what it's going to be.
Well, most of those are shit anyway, aren't they?
That's what I'm saying, paranormal. Yeah. Amityville. Paranormal shit.
Oh, wait. Ariel says it kind of happened in Dreamcatcher. True.
Yeah.
True. Forgot about that.
Dream kinship.
Ghost shit. Spoilers. It's a fart.
Oh, wait.
You guys are
Can't
on
take an
fire
episode of
tonight.
Always Sunny where they're finding shit in the bed and they're trying to find out who it is and turn that into like a horror trailer.
And James says there's a blaxploitation horror movie where the character's weapon is his penis. I think it's called Welcome Home, Brother Charles. I have to add that to my list now. Just because.
I guarantee you that's in that batch from like 74 to 78 or somewhere in there. 72 to 76, something like that.
Oh, God. Ariel says Amber Heard could be the star of the ghost shit. Okay, we're going off the rails now, damn it. Anything else to say? Any other news that we need to cover before we boogie on down the road, gentlemen?
Well, you got the Friday the 13th one. That was the main deal.
Yo.
And we've now revealed to the world that the one and only director of Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, and One Dark Night, and numerous other projects, Tommy McLaughlin, coming to the Death Curse Society airwaves in just a few weeks. So stand by, man. We are going to get in this motherfucker's brain.
Yep.
That's right. Just be careful. Just talking about J-horror. It may be like The Ring where we see Zag. His internet hold up, crawls through his webcam, pops up the monitor in fucking Tommy's house. He's just starting to hear a little thump underneath that desk.
Fuck you!
How many of those do you have?
Fuck you!
Okay, never mind.
There's a bunch of them here, man.
I saw like a string of them, but I didn't know.
Hey, fuck you, buddy!
Fuck you, asshole.
So,
It's nice to have seen you people, but fuck you, man.
to get a black exploitation one in there, you know. I mean, I was covered all the way.
Fuck you.
Luke says, no shit, Tom? Fuck yes. That's right.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get into everything with that guy. I hope he stays on for like 6 hours.
We finally ran him down. It's gonna be hard. I'm gonna get the best of the best I can. I'm gonna try to get like 3 good questions, the nitty gritty of One Dark Night. I mean, what hasn't he said about Friday the 13th Part 6? That's what I'm getting at. And you know, there's other things he's done that we can get into. And he's a musician too, so we've got that going on. So
Yeah, and he even teased a new band that I think he's working on right now. So maybe he's working on some new music. So, all right. Next week, we may have something planned. But
yeah.
I'm still waiting for confirmation. So, guys, we need to come up with a backup plan just in case after the show.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. But yeah, I can't tell you what's coming up next week. The week after that, we're going to be doing a review of Infinity Pool on January 30th. And then February 6th, we're bringing Curse Your Luck back. So get ready for that. And Ziggy.
That's so weak.
Ziggy, did you say you needed one more for that one?
We do need one more contestant. I'm going to reach out to the other 3 that they all said they were in. They already committed. I told them I would hit them a couple weeks out. It's a couple weeks out. So we're going to let them know, make sure they're in. And I think they are. We got a ridiculous rare prize for this edition of Curse Your Luck. So I can't wait to get to it. It's been
we already
a long
talked about
time coming. Huh?
We already talked about that. Yeah.
Did you mention it? They know?
A couple weeks ago, but
I mean, it's official, though. Now you actually have it.
yeah.
I made it more real.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And no, you can't have it because it was bought for the winner of Curse Your Luck.
Can't I pull something out of the Zigzag archives and swap it out?
No.
It'll be just as cool.
No.
We could just buy your own copy.
Yeah,
Hell, the
buy your own
steelbooks are all pretty much gone, man.
We're giving away a Terrifier 2 Steelbook, Walmart exclusive edition. They have been pretty hard to find and come by, it sounds like. So, good luck.
Whoever wins,
they're
we
trying
can
to
talk.
say.
We'll negotiate here. We can.
Oh,
Colonel, when you find one? See,
where the fuck did that app go?
I have to go wait. I'm waiting on my City of the Living Dead to show up.
Carrie says, we could have a fuck you show. Oh,
Damn,
yes.
Skippy.
Fuck you!
We pretty much do every week anyway.
I don't think I played this one yet.
Fuck you! Yeah, fuck you!
God damn it. Patricia says, we should have an episode where we cover Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and just talk like Arnold the whole time.
Well, we gotta get to the chapter.
It's not a tomb.
That would be very difficult.
See, I already played that one.
Yeah, but you can do it again.
Fuck you!
That's not it.
Oh, there it is.
Fuck you, asshole.
Oh, I didn't play this one either.
Hey, fuck you, man!
Jesus Christ,
I
man.
was ready.
Dave says, what date is he on? Tom McLaughlin will be joining us February 20th. You missed, did you miss the promo we did?
I guess we
you
can
did.
leave with that on the way out.
Yeah, stick around for the end, and we'll throw that in here when we sign off. So, yeah. All right, we got a couple people talking about contestants, and one more. Carrie says, fuck you from around the world.
I know I got to get some nice English and British.
Oh, yeah,
Fuck you.
definitely.
Proper. There were a couple in there, but I had a whole string of them. It was like a minute and a half long. I was like, it was very funny, but too long. So, and then I wanted to be able to fire at these guys in rapid fire if they were sweethearts tonight, though. So I can't, we had a bigger show here to push
Sweethearts.
off. We had to support each other on this one. So
I'm just saying, Zach, be nice, dude, because tonight I think me and Crank did a really good job of, you don't throw onions if you live in a glass house.
true that. If you don't,
All right, that's enough. Ziggy, send them out for the night.
I already pretty much said everything we got for what's coming up. Thank you so much for joining us each week. Off and running, and the Death Machine has run down Tommy McLaughlin, and we've got others in the trail as well. Once he's done, we spit his bones out. We're on to the next one, and you won't even believe that shit. I can't even.
You wouldn't spit him out. You'd swallow him, sir.
Well,
Sure as
hey,
fuck would.
what's the matter with you guys? Goodness sakes.
Fuck you!
Anyways, we love you, and we'll see you next week. When I guess it could be a last-second miracle, and we'll have one of these really, really cool shows. But if not, we'll have something ready in its place for you. We'll see you then.
Let's just say someone wants to spill the tea about some shit that went down
Yes.
at the end of last year, and
Been
we're
paying
working on it.
attention. Yeah, we
but
talked
there-
about it a little
But
bit.
there's something they're waiting for to get resolved before they can proceed. So
Everything's got to be all the
Yep.
I's got to be dotted, the T's got to be crossed. It's, the
Yeah,
routine. But
if you know, you know.
you know. And when it does come to the surface, when it comes to a head, as they say, it's gonna fucking pop on this motherfucking show, and I can't wait. It's gonna be sick, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
can't
good.
wait.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be hot and juicy.
Monday Maniacs TMZ edition.
Yeah, totally.
Kinda, yeah. Colonel, send them out.
Well, it's there to send them out with. I mean, fuck, Zach literally said everything.
Huh.
So thanks for joining us tonight and every week. And if you guys haven't, I know we say this every week, but I can't share it enough, especially, with Curse Your Luck. And Big Tom coming on. Let your friends know. Please spread the word for the society. I think, especially Curse Your Luck, I think your friends would enjoy it if they haven't seen it yet. And don't get sick. Wash your dick. And don't smell like the Scuba Steve News Summer's Eve.
What do we keep saying? Like you guys watching now, and you're into the Curse Your Luck, and you know what it is. You're in on the ground floor, man, before this thing fucking explodes. It's like we're sitting on a keg of fucking dynamite with this. So
I think so.
we're gonna be. We got some things burning with it. So we'll see, man. This could be the year.
Once the right people get a hold of it
Yeah,
or
right.
see it.
Stick with us.
Yeah.
Any year, this is the year.
All right. Yeah, thanks, guys, for watching, as always. Check us out at deathcursesociety.com and find out how you can become a member. Thanks also to our members one last time, our final girls and guys, Chris, Lorena, Christy, Luke, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone, and our crazy Ralphs, Raymond, and our camp counselors, S. Michael, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave. All right. And yeah, join us next week. I wish I could tell you what we're going to be talking about, but we're not absolutely sure yet. And for Dave and Luke and anybody that happened to show up late, here's a one more look at our Tom McLaughlin promo. You'll be seeing this on social media pretty soon and everything else. So have a great night, guys. We'll see you next week. Woo!
That's right.